Welcome back to Grit on the Rocks podcast, where we tackle some of the issues we face as men, but with humor and fun. Today we're getting real about the battlefield of relationships. Pet names.
Pet names that you do like and pet names that you don't like.
You ever been called a name that made you wonder if you were in a rom-com or in a zoo? Some of these names get out of hand. I mean, they're called pet names, right? For some of these, I would feel silly even naming my pet with some of these names. Yeah, I mean, some of these just get way out of hand. So, stay tuned to the end as we go down the list of wacky names couples call each other.
This podcast is a Buenos Dias Media production.
This is the Grit on the Rocks podcast, where raw conversations meet smooth sips. Pull up a chair, pour your favorite drink, puff on your favorite cigar, and join us as we dive into the convos that matter. No scripts, no barriers, just unfiltered truth served straight up. Cheers to the real ones out there. Salud.
So, today we're going to take a stroll through some of the weirdest pet names couples use in their homes. Those names that make you think, is this love or am I being trolled here? From names like Snuggle Pumpkin to Big Bear. Yes, these are real names people call each other, right? Couples call each other when they're in the comfort of their home and sometimes not in the comfort of their home.
Out in public where everybody gets embarrassed.
So we'll go through, what's endearing, what's embarrassing, and what should probably stay private. You are listening to Grit on the Rocks podcast, a Buenos Dias media production.
The views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and/or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Dias Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, so let's start with the psychological aspect of this, right? The why. Why do we call each other these names? Turns out, psychologists say that pet names can strengthen bonds amongst couples.
True.
With names like Babe and Honey, it means that we're comfortable. But what happens when things get a little too creative? What about Snuggums or Woogle Pookie?
No.
Some
I could go with Snuggles. But the other one?
Some say that the branding with these names sometimes seems like they're a cute way of marking territory or a subtle way of testing loyalty. In my house, right, we use Babe with each other because the truth is, when she calls me by my name, it just sounds weird. It sounds so weird. It just hits the ear wrong. It's like at work. Some people call me by my first name. Some people call me by my last name. So those who interchange, it just sounds weird when they call me. It just clashes when I hear it. But when it comes to pet names in the house, right? Some of these are wild. Some of these are cringy. Especially when they say it in public, it's just embarrassing, right?
Yeah.
So, looking around, I found some of the funny, I found some strange, some cringy, and even some considered quote-unquote adorable pet names. We'll go down these names and we'll give our opinion. But first, let's start with 5 strange pet names, according to the internet. This is not me. This is what the internet says, right? No particular order. They're just, I happen to number them because I want to keep in order, but there's no particular order. So let's start with number 1 here on the list would be Captain Snuggle Pants. What do you think about that?
No, no, that's not. No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't like that one. Really, it's nothing cute about it.
No.
If they call you that in public, it's even worse.
This guy, whoever's being called Captain Snuggle Pants, just clearly lost all control in his household.
Question.
Yes.
How, usually when you get a pet name, it's because there's something behind it. Like, bear or teddy bear, it's because the guy is big, maybe has a full-blown beard. Well, yeah, but no, I'm not saying body-wise because you can have clothes. But I'm saying, like usually it's just a big man and fully beard, they'll call him teddy bear. There's something behind it. Now, what will be behind that?
I don't know. I just feel like these names, as I was finding these names, I was like, who in the world calls their significant other this? Like Captain Snuggle Pants. And I get it. It's more like trying to be cute. I get that, but it's just...
I see that name being used more for the member of a man.
Okay.
Like a man calling his own member that for some reason.
His dick?
Well, I didn't want to say it that way, but
member. Okay. I don't know. Well,
penis,
I guess
dick, whatever you want to call it. I didn't want to sound that
So, number 2 here. Baby cheese puff. What's more comforting than a snack, right?
Yeah.
But if someone calls me a cheese puff, it just makes you wonder, do I need to go to the gym? Do I need to work out?
Make it sound soft.
But I think I'd be like, I don't know if you ever seen Entourage.
I seen 1 or 2 episodes.
So there's a character there named Johnny Drama, and he's going through a whole I guess a crisis because he's like a basically washed up actor, and he goes to this party and he runs into this guy that's one of the waiters, right, for the catering company. And the guy's explaining. He goes, "Oh, what the hell happened to you? You were, weren't you an actor?" He goes, "Yeah, well, this is the life of the actor. Like, you gotta take jobs. Not everybody's hiring or whatever once you reach a certain age." Anyway, the things that he has a tray with shrimp puffs. So he goes, "Shrimp puff?" And Johnny Drama is starting to walk away. He just turns on, "The fuck you called me? Oh, what the fuck you say to me?" I think that would be me if call me baby cheese puff.
Not even at home.
No. Number 3 would be Mr. Wiggly Muffins. That just makes
you sound fat.
What are you trying to say? What's the wiggly part?
That's what I'm saying. There's always something behind it.
Let's see. Number 4 would be pickle pie.
What's wrong with these people, man? What's wrong?
Pickle pie, that's you're combining salty and tangy and pie and
pie is good, pickle is good, but together,
nope, no, thank you. We have here Sir Fluffykins.
That's a little bit tolerable. It's still not good,
Sir
but it's tolerable.
No, that sounds like for a cat.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know about you, but if I were knighted by my partner with Fluffykins, I'd start practicing my single life resume. Yeah. So in a relationship, think about it. If a relationship can survive names like Captain Snuggle Pants or Fluffykins, you gotta admit that it can basically survive anything.
Yeah, well, most of the time in the beginning, they allow everything towards like if you get married and you have you've been a long time with your significant other, it just gets accustomed.
Yeah.
At first you'll accept it because you're trying to get into the pants or whatnot. It's the beginning and everything is flourishing, but like towards the middle and like way further off, yeah, you just get accustomed to it.
No,
You don't care for it.
And like I see on TV when you see shows like Everybody Loves Raymond, and he's always coming up with little names for his wife. It's supposed to be endearing. It's just, what is it? I'm trying to think of an episode that he says, "Hey, something pants." That he says is like, what? Anyway, all right. So let's jump into some whiskey bar wisdom before we continue down this list, right? We spoke about the strange ones. Next up, what do we have? Let's see. Just pet names. Oh, the different stages of pet names. But let's jump into some whiskey bar wisdom before we continue. Now it's time for some whiskey bar wisdom.
Whiskey bar wisdom.
All right, there's nothing magical about it. Here, drink this. Tell me what's on your mind. Come on.
Whiskey bar wisdom. You provide the stories, we provide the opinions. Unprofessional advice and a laughter. Great on the Rocks podcast.
All right. Okay, so we have here submitted through our contact us section of gritontheRocks.com. Remember, if you want to participate in one of our segments, submit your story. It could be for Whiskey Bar Wisdom, Barstool Banter, or Hero of the Day, Kryptonite Sessions, which we haven't done yet. Nobody submitted anything yet for that. I guess nobody wants to admit any moment of vulnerability, but it's set out there in the open for people to submit. So, it is titled, Should I Bro or Should I Go? This comes from James in Colorado. Hey, Grit on the Rocks crew, loving the show. Nothing beats chilling with a cigar and listening to you guys drop some real talk. So here's my dilemma for Whiskey Bar Wisdom. I've got a friend, right? We've been tight since college, but recently he's been pulling some pretty questionable moves. Like, we were supposed to go on this epic camping trip, guys' weekend and all, but he always bails at the last minute because his girlfriend, well, in this, I guess, this specific event, he bailed because his girlfriend wanted to do brunch again. It's like every time we plan something, he flakes because of her. Now, I'm all for being a good boyfriend, but at some point, it's like, bro, you need to stick to your word and show up. So here's my question. Am I being too hard on the guy, or should I call him out? How do you balance friendship with someone who basically is living on his girlfriend's schedule? Help a guy out with some unfiltered wisdom. James from Colorado. Yeah.
That's a doozy.
I'll tell you what I do. I just stop inviting him. I mean, eventually you get to a point where, I mean, I get it. You know, we all have responsibilities. We all have, I mean, not we all, but at least I, and I know you know, have your wife, and, you know, you run things by them and you make sure, but we all need to make time for ourselves. And we've said this before in the podcast. You know, you make time for yourself, and that could be whatever, you know, hanging out with the guys, blah, 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 blah. When it comes to guys trips, I know that's a thing in the States. I don't know. I've never done it like a guys trip. I've done guys day where we go out, we spend out all day. I have a friend of mine where we've been talking about doing a hunting trip that would require maybe 2 days. So I mean, I guess yeah. I guess it depends. What are you doing? If you're going camping, now if you're telling me, you're going on a guy's trip to Miami Beach, that's gonna be a little iffy with the wife. Just like if my wife was like, "Hey, I'm going on a girls trip." "Oh, where are you going?" "Oh, we're going to Cabo." Woohoo! That's
kind of weird.
It's a kind of an issue. Not that you don't trust your spouse, because you should.
It still messes with your brain.
It's just there's too much going on, in the world. There's too much going on in these places. But if you tell me, again, like to me, it'd be a hunting trip. I'm not going to no bars or no strip clubs, or I'm going to be in the woods with stinky men and stinky animals and just shooting guns. So
unless that's what floats your boat.
Unless you do some Brokeback Mountain shit, but
Exactly.
That's not what I'm about. So
no, I get it.
But in a case like this, you can invite your friend, right? And maybe don't do it a trip. Maybe do it a day out. Maybe I don't know, just a hangout. Go to if you smoke cigars, go to a cigar lounge. Like, hey, let's go, and we just shoot the shit for a couple of hours over there, have some drinks, smoke some cigars, have some conversations, catch up. And if it's still an issue where it's just every time you're going to do anything that doesn't involve the girlfriend, it's an issue, then now I don't think calling out is a solution, because sometimes when you do call out, all you do is create a gap between you and that person while they continue being all, happy, joyful, whatever. But I mean, eventually what I would do is like, all right, I'm not inviting this person anymore. And then in the future, they will complain like, "Oh, you guys forgot about me. What's going on, man? Like, why aren't we hanging out, man?" And that's when you be like, all right, so this is why. And you call them out. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I don't know if you feel the same, but
yeah, no, you're right. I totally agree.
That's those are my 2 cents. James from Colorado. So yeah, invite them to a guy's night. Scale it down. Don't do it a guy's trip. Don't do it a guy's weekend. Do it a guy's night or a guy's day. Take them out to lunch. Take them to a bar. Have a drink. Smoke a cigar. I'm already rhyming now, but yeah, that was Whiskey Bar Wisdom for you. All right, so let's continue here with the stages of pet names, right? So let's break down how these pet names evolve. Early dating, you're calling each other, right, baby or babe. You keep it safe.
Honey, sweetheart.
Then as things get serious, here comes the creativity, right? So examples of pet name stages would be, let's say, stage 1 is the safe zone. Names like Love or Sweetie, easy and acceptable. Stage 2, experimental phase. One day it's Babe. The next, it could be My Little Taco Bell.
No.
And you're not sure if you should be flattered or confused. But,
Now, are they, trying to say the taco itself or the Chihuahua?
Well, stage 3, permanent fixture. This is when the love nugget is here to stay. Whether you like it or not, accept your fate. So, according to thenot.com, right? I'm giving them credit because this is where I was, one of the sites that I got my research from. These are a couple of cute couple nicknames.
Yeah.
Like Puffin.
No.
Or Muffin. Or cupcake,
Cupcake, I've heard.
or pudding. Hey, pudding.
Pudding, I've heard.
They have sprinkles, or dumpling,
Dumpling,
or
I've heard.
tater tot,
No, you went too
or
far.
peaches,
Peaches, I've heard.
or let's see what else they got here. Princess, and not princess. I saved that for my daughter. I can't call a woman that.
But you call her your queen.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Princess is more like, you know.
Yeah, the daughter thing.
Yeah. So bubblegum,
Bubblegum.
pudding pie,
Pudding pie, I've heard.
puppy face,
No, you're still calling her a dog or a dog.
and sweet tea.
What about Pookie?
Yeah, well, I don't have that one here, but yeah, I've heard that one.
I did.
It's probably maybe further along.
I
somewhere.
have a couple of them that it's just like, yeah, love bug. This one I've heard you use it,
Right.
but you haven't used. Not that I know of. You haven't used it with your wife. You used it with your daughter. It's cutie patootie.
Yeah.
That one I've heard.
Mhm.
Sugar, Casanova, hot stuff. This one is weird. Chicken nugget.
Yeah. That's something I call kids.
Eh,
All right. So let's look at, again, this is according to the Knot. They have some cringy ones listed. And one of them, the first one here is that cutie patootie, which, again, that's something I can say that to my daughter, but not to a wife, like a grown woman,
Wife, girlfriend.
you know, or schmoopsie, or boopsie, or boo boo.
I hate that one.
You know which one I hate? When they say bae, B-A-E.
I hear that one so much.
Yeah.
I hear that one so much. Like everywhere I go and I see a couple, especially when they're calling out to them,
Yeah.
babe.
Well, you know, I use babe, but not bae. Bae, I think
No,
bae.
I know they use babe with B-E at the end.
So bae, I don't know if it really stands for this, but I know that when I first heard it, it's supposed to stand for BAE, stands for before anything else, which is cool when you break it down. I hate the way it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they have here also love captain.
Love Captain.
These two I also hate. Baby boy, baby girl. Stop.
Sounds like
Booger, which why would you call?
you call a little boy that.
That's what I'm saying. These are names that
You
you
little
call
shit,
kids,
you little
you know.
booger.
Baby gorgeous, snuggle bear, and
Snuggle bear.
wrangler.
Why Wrangler?
Wrangler.
What the
I
hell are you
don't know.
wrangling?
What does wrangler mean? Let's look that up.
Wranglers, I think, is a person who tries to. Well, in that scene in Texas, when they're trying to get all the cows,
Yeah, a person in charge of horses or of other livestock in a ranch.
Yeah.
Why would you call your spouse a wrangler? I don't know.
Unless he's really one, that's his job.
Yeah, well, that's different. Yeah,
If you have a farm, you can call him a farmer
You're
or
married to
wrangler.
a cowboy and he's a wrangler. It's like, all right, cowboy. So they have here also sugar daddy, which that took another meaning, just like sugar mama.
Yeah,
And
that
then
has
the
a
last
totally
one,
different meaning.
yeah, now that means something different. And now we have, and the last one here is sugar lips.
I've heard that one. Not too frequent, but I've heard it.
No, I don't know.
It's like sugar bear.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that. Okay,
Sweet
this is
chocolate.
getting weird. So before we continue, let's take a quick break to hear a word from one of our supporters.
Looking to connect with like-minded men who share your drive for success and passion for the finer things in life? Welcome to the Apex Gentlemen's Guild, a private members club for men who value ambition, camaraderie, giving back, and personal growth. For a limited time while we're fully remote, you can join the guild for free. Gain access to tons of motivational content, exclusive events, insightful discussions, and a network of high-performance individuals. Don't miss this chance to elevate your social circle. Request to join today at facebook.com/groups/Apex Gentlemen's Guild, or give us a like at facebook.com/Apex Gentlemen's Guild. The Apex Gentlemen's Guild, excellence forged in unity.
All right. So let's continue with the list according to The Knot. They've gotten a lot of promotion on this episode, but it's where I found most of these lists. So according to The Knot, here are some considered spicy. It starts with lover boy,
No.
lover girl. It's corny, but sexy. That I can use in conversation. Like, come here, sexy. Hot
Yeah, that's
stuff.
when you're getting,
Hot stuff. No. Sex pot.
really sex behind. Is that spicy?
Yeah.
That's
I
insulting.
know, right? It's like, look at this one. Tarzan or Jane. This is another one I hate. Big Daddy.
I hate that.
I hate when women call
Hey,
it man
Big Daddy.
When they call it daddy, it's just ugh. Big guy. Big guy's like when you're talking to like, hey, big guy, like a kid.
Yeah, a
you know?
friend of yours or whatnot.
Hey, buddy, come here.
Right.
They have here naughty boy, naughty girl,
Eh,
sexy beast.
no.
It's like who?
Who's
Again,
that right
people.
mind?
I didn't write this. This is what this website wrote. I find a lot of these so cheesy. Stud, hottie,
Stud sounds
Woody.
like really 80s.
Woody. See, that would be a name for a dick. Woody.
Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah. Stallion. Here we go with Daddy Alone, which Tiger,
No.
Lion. That reminds me
No.
of Game of Thrones. My
And now they're going through a zoo.
The what?
Now they're going through a zoo.
Yeah. Mustang,
They eat a horse.
Wild Thing. Why they put
Wild
Sexy
Thing.
Beast again? And
No.
Hot Shot.
Why hot shot?
I don't know, man. I think we need to move this along. You know what? Let's jump into some Barstool Banter, brought to you by Buenos Dias Media.
Barstool Banter, brought to you by Buenos Dias Media, where great stories come to life. Welcome to Barstool Banter, the segment where your wildest, funniest, and most unforgettable stories take center stage. Whether it's that crazy night out with the guys, a hilarious encounter at the bar, a day out with the family, or an unforgettable moment with friends, we want to hear it all. Each week, we dive into your emails, share the best stories, and pick our favorite one, and who knows, maybe even win a prize. So grab a drink, light it up, pull up a stool, and let's get into some Barstool Banter.
Barstool Banter, brought to you by Buenos Dias Media. Just to let you guys know, we're still looking for sponsors for these segments, so if you're interested, hit us up, redontheRocks.com, contact us section, send us a message. Okay, so Barstool Banter. We start off with Chris from Texas. Subject, just in case, it was submitted through redontheRocks.com, contact us section. This is where they submitted it through. So submit your story now. Okay, subject, the night I thought I was a cowboy until I wasn't. Hey, Grit on the Rocks. Man, I gotta tell y'all about the time I learned I'm no cowboy. So my buddies and I hit up this honky-tonk in Austin Typical Friday night, boots, jeans, whiskey flowing like water. Well, I've got just enough liquid courage to think I can ride the mechanical bull. My girl's watching, so obviously I'm feeling like John Wayne reincarnated.
Yeah.
I
had that picture in my head already.
I got on the bull and waved to the crowd like I'm about to win a rodeo. The guy running it must have had a rough day because the moment he cranks that thing up, I'm launched like a rag doll straight into the air. My boots went flying one way and my dignity went the other. To top it off, I landed on some poor girl's nachos. Long story short, I've never been so sore or embarrassed in my life. Moral of the story, never let whiskey and a mechanical bull convince you you're something you're not. Cheers. Chris from Texas.
Way to go, Pilgrim.
All right, that one was pretty good.
For some reason, he was just, once he said that cowboy thing in the beginning, all I could think about was John Wayne.
John Wayne, Pilgrim. All right. Let's move to, we're going to Florida now. Mark from Florida. Subject line is, my daughter's first words were, unfortunate. Hey guys. So I thought I was doing this whole dad thing pretty well until last night. My little girl is finally getting to the age where she's trying to talk. Big moment, right? My wife's been working with her on saying mama and dada, all the sweet first word classics. Well, we're in the grocery store and out of nowhere she points at a display of beer and yells, Bud Light.
What?
Not mama, not dada, but Bud Light. My wife gives me that look. You know the one. Apparently, my habit of watching football with a cold one in hand has rubbed off more than I thought. Needless to say, my daughter's vocabulary lesson has become a little more supervised now. But man, I'm still proud. At least she's picking quality words. Keep up the good work, fellas. This dad is still learning.
That is so wrong.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go to Ohio. Doug from Ohio says, the wingman who didn't understand the assignment. I love like these wingman stories. They're usually pretty good. You ever had a wingman that completely missed the point? Yeah, that's my buddy Greg. So we're out at this bar one night, and I'm trying to chat up this girl I've had my eye on for a while. I'm dropping some of my best material, or so I thought. And everything is going well. I give Greg the signal to come over, thinking he'll help seal the deal, right? Well, this genius walks over, doesn't even introduce himself, and says, hey, Doug, isn't this the girl you told me you stalked on Instagram for like 2 months?
Oh, jeez.
Dead silence. The girl gives me a look like I'm a serial killer, and she's out of there in less than 5 seconds. Greg just stands there completely oblivious and asks if I want another drink. Bro, really? Anyway, moral of the story, choose your wingman wisely and you'll be flying solo for the rest of the night. Stay gritty. Doug from Ohio. That one was pretty good, but
It's expected. You know, if you have a shitty wingman, it's always expected.
no, man, I
Screw
feel like
shit up for you.
the classic so far with the wingman was like, hey, dude, the dolphin sound, man. Remember that one?
I remember.
Oh, it's one of my favorite stories, man. All right. Yeah, there's no prize today, but
the baby one. With
story
the Bud
number
Light.
2, man. Story number 2. My daughter's first words were unfortunate.
Yo, I tip my hat to him because he's proud of his child just saying Bud Light.
Bud Light. Oh, Lord. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay, so these are considered the top 5 best manly pet names.
Okay, it's toward the man.
Yes. These are considered the best, right? So for all you guys who feel like Snuggle Muffin isn't doing your masculinity any favors, here are 5 names you can suggest to your partner that keep you in the manly zone. Number 1, Chief. I can't picture a wife calling you Chief.
It sounds like a buddy from work.
Yeah, like, hey, Chief. Oh, what's up, Chief? Or even your kid calling you that, like, okay. But your wife? Anyway. Big Bear.
Big Bear is tolerable.
That one's all right. That one sounds like, yeah.
Like I said, that's a big man.
Yep. Captain is number 3. Captain reminds me of How I Met Your Mother. There's a girl there that calls her man Captain. Well, everybody calls him Captain because he loves boats. Anyway.
Okay.
Number 4, Wolf. See, these sound very, like, not personal. I mean, they sound manly, but...
Yeah, man, it's more like a friendship. You know? It's
Yeah.
between buddies and whatnot.
And then the last one, too, Ace.
No, same thing. They're all nicknames that it's used in a group of friends.
Yeah, like men amongst men. Right? Anyway, so remember, confidence is key. If you say it enough, maybe they'll switch over from Boo-Boo to Chief. So,
Stay with Boo Boo.
before we close the show with the hero of the day, let's look at some corny ones. So far, all of them have been corny, but
Yeah.
these are corny ones according to the list. Yo, there's one here that just makes you sound like a piece of shit. So, number 1 is Sunshine. I've seen that,
I've heard that one.
towards kids. Honey Bunch.
Same thing.
Also. Angel Eyes.
I've heard that one. That one's quite. It's cute.
Sweet Cheeks.
No.
Teddy Bear. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Tater Tot.
No. I hate that one.
This one I call my daughter sometimes. Honey Bunny. Pooh Bear.
No.
McDreamy.
No. Hell no.
McSteamy. But
For some reason, you said mixed steaming, and I can think of
yeah, yeah. It's, I don't know. I just think of the poop emoji with the little like squiggly lines.
exactly.
All right, Boy Toy and Love Professor.
No, that's no.
So I have a surprise here for our listeners and for you because you're new to this as well. So before we jump into Hero of the Day, I want to introduce sort of like a game to the podcast. It's called Manly or Meh. I was trying to create an intro for it and I haven't had the chance because this just popped into my head today and I was like, I quickly like put something together. So if it's not the best, bear with me. It will get better. But I was excited to introduce it to the show. Okay, so how do we play this game? It's not really playing, but participating. And those of you who are listening can participate with us. So I will say a name of something, and we will say if we consider it's manly or meh. And with that, I have some statistics of the percentage of men who think it's manly and percentage of men who think it's meh. So, if we are with the higher percentage, we hear that. And if we're with the lower percentage, we get that. All right. So again, this is work in progress. We'll keep adding to it. We'll make it better. But let's see. So number 1 is wearing a pink shirt. Is it manly or meh?
I think it's meh.
You think it's meh? So do I.
I
think it's meh.
It don't take away from manliness.
I don't think it takes away from manliness. I just don't like it. I don't like the color pink. I have to eat it now with my daughter.
Well, obviously.
But it's for her, so it's cute because it's pink. But for me, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Even though they say men that use pink, they're saying they're owning their own. You know?
So
like they're sure of themselves.
So we get because
oh really
67% of men said it is manly to wear pink. 33%.
See, that's what I said. It's because they're owning their own. It's like, you know, then they're not letting them make them unmanly. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I don't think it's unmanly. I just think it's meh because I don't care for it. I don't I don't think it's less of a man who wears pink. I don't, but it's just it's not for me. So real men, right, wear pink, but 33% think pink equals meh. We're part of those 33%. You know, we're probably some of the, you know, part of the guys that, you know, fear the salad bar or whatever. We eat meat. Okay. Number 2. So, every game we'll have 7. I don't know why I just chose 7. I didn't want to do 10. I thought it was too much. And 5, it was too short. So, number 2, cooking an elaborate meal. Do you think is manly or do you think is meh?
I consider it manly.
So do I. I agree. And 82% of men believe it is manly. 18% think it's meh because nothing says provider like perfectly searing a steak. The other 18% are still burning Pop-Tarts.
All right.
Okay. Number 3. Taking bubble baths. Manly or meh?
I say meh. Because I usually hear just women. I never heard a man say, let me go take a bubble bath.
Let me confess, I enjoy bubble baths. But I don't think it's manly. I gotta say it's meh because, I mean, and I'm being honest, and I have the answers here.
Right.
I can go with whichever, but I think it's meh because I don't think it's manly, but I enjoy it. So
I've taken bubble.
41%.
Really?
No, wait. 41%. So yeah, we get the because we said it's meh. 59% of men believe it's meh. 41% believe it's manly. So, you know, 41%.
Take an occasional bubble bath, you know, it feels good.
Dude, I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy it.
You know, I won't be with my friends. Be like, yo, I gotta go take.
I'm gonna take a bubble bath. No, I would never say that, but I enjoy a bubble bath. So, okay, 41% say it's self-care. 59% just don't know the joy of lavender scent.
Nah. Before we continue, that bubble bath can be manly if you take a bubble bath with your wife.
Oh yeah, well that's different. That's
right. You know, that's more like
bath. You know, but just a big ass man just sitting there in a bubble bath. Yeah, it's.
I could just picture a big hairy dude in a bubble.
So, number 4, owning a small dog. Manly or meh?
Well, meh.
You think
I don't consider it manly or less manly.
Yeah, I guess it depends the dog, right? Because you could have a French bulldog.
Yeah, but when they say small, I consider it like one of those Pekingese or
well, like right now I have a Boston Terrier. You know, that could be considered somewhat manly, but he's a small dog.
Yeah,
But
he's
then
a-
I also have whatchamacallit, oh my God. What is
she looks like a Maltese.
no, she's fuck man. One of these little hairy ones, something I don't know.
Bro,
But
they all
it is
hairy.
not manly. I'll tell you that much. If I walk alone with her, it is not manly. So, I mean, I gotta say, it depends. It could be sort of manly, but not. Anyway,
Well, you get a small dog and you dress it, with leather, with chains and whatnot,
yeah,
make it look manly.
accessorize it. So, I guess, because we did pick meh, sort of.
Yeah.
55% of men believe it is meh, and 45% believe it is manly. Sure, it is manly to protect your chihuahua from hawks, but the 55% think only big dogs can boost your macho points.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, number 5, singing karaoke in public. Manly or meh?
Manly, depending on the song.
Well, karaoke, usually it's whatever they have there.
It's an everybody thing because I've seen it, in as much as girls and guys doing it,
Yeah. Would you do
I'm
it?
guessing. I know. You still won't catch me in front of no. I can't do it. It's not because it's manly. I just won't stand in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And surely won't sing without being able to.
I've been to karaoke a few times, and my wife loves it. Like she doesn't give a shit. She'll grab the mic, she starts singing. I just can't do it. I don't know. And mind you, I have a singing background.
Exactly.
And I've been in front of
That's
crowds
the funny
many
part.
times. It's just, you see, it's like when I was in music, auditioning was the hardest part because there's not a big crowd. It's easier to sing in front of a huge crowd than in front of 5 people. And I think that's my issue. Like, so.
Well,
But,
to me, it would be easier a smaller crowd than a big crowd. Well, even though I won't try it, but me guessing,
Yeah.
So
I gotta say it's meh. I don't think it's manly. I don't think it's not manly. I just think that a lot of the men that do enjoy this, they're not the rugged type, hunting, bourbon drinking, hairy chest type men. They're usually like, like mad chill, whatever. Again, clarifying, I'm not saying it's not manly, but I don't think it's manly either. So I gotta say it's meh.
To me, like I said, it depends on the song. It's like, let's say you want to sing a nice love song, you want to sing it to your girl or whatnot. You're enjoying a night out in the bar, and karaoke pops up. Sing a nice love song to your girl. I consider it to be manly.
So you think it's manly?
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
So I get the, and you get the.
Oh, really?
60% of men believe it is manly. Belting out "Don't Stop Believing," which that's like the classic karaoke song.
Yeah.
After 2 whiskeys, manly singing, "Let It Go," Stone Cold Sober, maybe not. All right.
Like I said, depends the song.
Shopping for skincare products, manly or meh?
I go with meh.
I go that one. I gotta say it is, to me, I think it's manly, but I know a lot of people don't consider it.
I go with manly. I don't consider it manly, but I don't consider it less manly. You could shop for skincare products.
So here you get, because 62% of men believe that it is meh. 38% are wrinkle-free and glowing. The 62% just use bar soap for everything, including their hair. All right, last one. Attending a Pilates class, manly or meh?
I'll go with meh.
I agree. I also think it's meh. I'm not saying it's less manly to do so,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think it's meh. And we get 72% of men believe that it is meh. 28% believe that it is manly. The 28% have core strength for days. The 72% are still recovering from that one time they tried stretching. And that concludes our manly or meh.
That was cool.
So, let's jump into our hero of the day, right? Where are you, hero of the day?
You're listening to Grit on the Rocks podcast, and it's time for Hero of the Day, the segment where we celebrate everyday acts of kindness and the unsung heroes among us. Whether it's lending a helping hand, going the extra mile for someone in need, or making a positive impact in your community, we're here to honor your good deeds. Each week we share an inspiring story from our listeners and recognize the hero behind it. So sit back, get inspired, and let's raise a glass to the heroes who make the world a better place.
All right. And this was submitted to us through our Contact Us section of gritontheRocks.com. And it comes to, also from Texas. Texas is on fire today.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank in Texas, hey Grit team, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share my hero of the day moment that happened last week. And trust me, it's not as dramatic as it sounds. So I'm at a local grocery store, just minding my own business, trying to decide between two brands of barbecue sauce. Always a tough call in Texas. As I'm standing there, I notice an elderly lady struggling with her shopping cart. She's trying to reach for a can of soup on the top shelf, and I can't help but think someone needs to help this lady. Now, I'm no superhero. I don't even own a cape, but I figured I could at least lend a hand. I walk over and say, "Ma'am, can I help you with that?" She looks at me, and I swear her eyes lit up like I just saved her from a burning building. I reached up, grabbed a can of soup, and handed it to her. She thanked me profusely, saying she had been eyeing that soup for a while but didn't want to bother anyone. I felt like $1,000,000 as I turned to walk away. She yelled, "You're my hero." Now, I don't want to overstate this, sure. I helped an old lady reach for her soup, but it got me thinking sometimes the smallest gestures can make someone's day. That's a common theme I've noticed. Now, I don't want to overstate this. I mean, I've said that already. So there you have it, my moment of glory. Not quite saving the world, but I'll take it. Keep up the great work on the podcast. You guys make my commute so much better. Cheers, Frank from Texas. Yeah, seems like it's becoming like a slogan. I like that. Hold up, I gotta save that. What is it? Yeah, sometimes see the smallest gestures can make someone's day. So yeah, it's the little things, man. Hero of the Day is not a segment where we, it's not big stories, but it is an act of kindness, and therefore I want to highlight it. So I encourage everyone, no matter how small it is, if you did something, you did a selfless act to help someone that you didn't have to do, but you did, send it to us. We will be reading it on the show.
Yeah, I did that not too long ago.
Yeah.
This lady, she was trying to get some, I think it was a box of sazon, and it was like they had it like on the top shelf, and there's this dude there working, man, and he's just working, he's working. She calls out to him. She tells him, "Excuse me, can you help me? Can you get this for me?" And he looks up at her, but he keeps working. Jeez. And she says it a second time. "Excuse me, can you help me out? I need, one of these boxes." And he just looked up and he kept, I guess he was trying to finish. Yeah. I'm guessing, trying to finish then, but she acts like a third time. The guy got up and walked the other way. So I went up to her. I'm like, do you need help? She says, "Yes, I need to get one of those boxes." I brought it down for her. She thanked me, very nicely. But she quickly turns around and started cursing the worker out. Like, "This motherfucker, I'm calling him, and he don't come over here." I'm talking about loud. Everybody just turned around. She's like, this motherfucker, he's standing there. What, he don't know fucking English? I mean, she went all out. I just had to leave because I was embarrassed, you know?
Yeah. Hey, but listen, it's the little things, man, that sometimes can, you know, turn a person's day in a positive or in a negative way. Sometimes it's just little things, man. And those little things add up, good or bad. All right. So this wraps up this episode. Thank you, all of you who stuck all the way to the end. Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends. In the coming weeks, we have more of those written pieces we found online that, you know, they want to sound all deep and shit, like giving advice to couples. We have coming up 7 types of women you don't or you wouldn't want to date, or even worse, marry. Every Friday, you know, we have our Friday Fumas edition and so much more. So remember to keep your spirits high, your cigars lit. Stay gentlemanly, stay classy. Cheers.
Cringe on the rocks tonight. Men with hearts like iron bars. Tackling life's endless fights. Scars becoming